My name is Nathan Shaw from Yellowfin Plate Boats on the Gold Coast of Australia. We're here at the factory today and we've got a brand new YF-62 rear console fresh off the production line. So we're going to take this opportunity to do a full walkthrough and show you some of the new features and options. So we'll start at the front of the boat, and this one's been fitted with the SAB winch, which is a really popular option for Yellowfin. We can actually see this one's on the upgraded trailer as well, and that comes standard with a spare wheel and carrier. It's got a heavy duty winch, heavy duty jockey wheel from Fulton. It's got stainless steel components throughout and some nice black rims and guards as well, just to give it a nice finish. Some of the things to point out here on the Yellowfin YF-62, and in fact all Yellowfin plate boats, is that we run a full length external keel. Now this is great for a few reasons. First of all, there's obviously a lot of strength that goes into this keel because it's welded 4 times, twice on the outside and twice on the inside. And being external and full length, it really helps with tracking in the following sea conditions and just keeps that boat nice and true and straight. We've also got full length external chines, and they act as spray chines, which is great, but they also give lift, and they again also help with sort of tracking and cornering when you're on the water. So multiple benefits there, and yes, they're welded 4 times, twice on the outside and twice on the inside. Now both the side sheets and the bottom sheets are connected into the keel and the chines. It's a 6mm bottom sheet and a 4mm side sheet, so very strong and robust. And inside the hull we've got the interlock core as well. So this is a brand new feature for any new edition Yellowfin models, such as the extended cabin, the YF-62 rear console here, and the brand new center console models as well. And the interlock core is basically a subframe structure that consists of full height stringers. We've got 8 full length one-piece stringers in this boat. We've also got larger box section than we previously had. And we've got interlocking gibs and chine locking plates as well. So it's a really great refinement on the Yellowfin product, and it just adds to the strength and the on-water handling and just that overall feel and solid feel of the product. So something we're very proud of. As we make our way down the side of the boat, we can see this new stripe design, which is going to be featured in all latest edition or new releases for Yellowfin plate boats. And the paint we've chosen for this build is the racing green, which is one of 3 new paint colours from Yellowfin plate. And we've got the racing green, then there's sandbar, and we also have crimson sea. So those colours, they look great, so check them out on the website. We can also see here, you can see the fold in the side sheet where the floor height is. And so all Yellowfin plate boats feature self-draining floors, which are fully sealed and fully welded around the side sheets. And they sit above the waterline, which is what enables us to get that self-draining function on the product. Now inside, which you'll see later on, we've also included new scupper drain filters on the scupper drains, which stops any sort of debris, whether it's sinkers, hooks, fish scales, etc. It stops all that extra material from getting down into the scupper system and causing water ingress back through that drain. So great new feature from Yellowfin for all latest models, all new models. We've got some really solid heavy duty cleats at the back of the boat. So we've got one on each corner of the transom and then another one at the bow. So they're really heavy duty. Now as we make our way to the back of the boat, we've got this 3-rung dive ladder, and it's really strong, really simple. It provides a lot of grip, but the angle is really good too, so it makes it easy to get in and out of the boat, whether you're on the ground or if you're in the water. Now to assist with boarding, getting on and off the boat, we've got these really strong grab rails at the back that are welded on, and there's one either side just to make this really ergonomic and functional. We've also got the U-deck on this duckboard area, and obviously this is a high traffic area, so we want it to be non-slip, hence the U-deck, which is a great product. Now if we look underneath the dive ladder, you'll see that this boat has been optioned up with the zip wake trim tabs. Now these are a great option if you're trying to correct any sort of lean. due to weight imbalances on the boat from cargo, etc. Now, the reason they're an option and not standard is because the Yellowfin hull is already fantastic. In a lot of scenarios, it works fine on its own, just with the correct trim. It's brilliant. It's based on the HDR hull, which is the latest iteration of Yellowfin hulls, and it features a 20-degree variable dead rise at the transom and extended planing strakes at the front of the boat, so that helps with lift and handling, etc. So very stable boat, but if you do want to go the extra mile and you've got the budget, then the zip wakes are a great option. We can also see the 1 kilowatt transducer that we've optioned up here on the starboard side, and then we have a GT54 from Garmin on the port side. We've also got the underwater lights, which enable you to have a white or a blue colour, and then we have the outlets for the scupper drains that we've mentioned earlier. And then lastly, at the transom, we've got this really good transom door design. It's just connected to the boat, one piece, so it stays there. You don't need to lift it out and find a home for it in the boat. Finished with the U-deck because it is an area that you will walk on, but very simple to operate, very strong and very functional. So that's it for the outside of the boat. Let's take a look inside. All right, so we're inside the boat now, so let's talk about a few of the features in here. Now, just to recap on this transom door, so as I said earlier, it's just really simple, really strong and really easy to use. Literally just lifts in and out of these grooves, and once it's locked in, it's solid. It's not going to go anywhere. Something else cool to point out down the back here is the location of the battery isolator switch. So it's really functional. The amount of times where I've personally forgotten to get out of the boat and turn the batteries off. So it's just really cool. If you need to turn those off, it's dead easy to access from outside of the boat. It just makes your life a bit easier. It's also been installed on an angled panel here so that you can't easily knock it with your legs as you're walking in and out of the boat. So just a nice little touch from Yellowfin. Then next, we've got the bait station down the back here. So this is a very popular feature on all Yellowfin products. It's really quite functional and just looks great in general. For example, the approach angle here, if you're filleting a fish, it's just super flat and makes that job really easy. We've also got cut outside the side here for scissors and pliers and knives and that kind of thing. We've got cup holders and then 5 strong rod holders at the back. We've also got this nice big trough, so any waste product can just go into there and drain out through the back of the boat. And then inside here, we've got all these tackle trays and a nice big storage area on the starboard side there, on the right-hand side. And then basically we've got grooves here, which hold your tackle boxes in place when you're offshore. So you can imagine if the waves are rolling around and things like that, it keeps that in place. So it makes rigging up really easy. So also down the back, if you take a look down here, we've got a nice big hatch which houses your house battery and your secondary battery, and it's really just a great idea to have this whole area enclosed, because as you can imagine, if you're operating offshore and there's wind and spray and chop, etc., salt water can make its way into the back of the boat. So it's great just to protect the electrical systems down the back of the boat there. Over in this corner, we have the live bait tank. This also has a viewing window so you can monitor your liveys. And we've upgraded the system on all the latest edition Yellowfin models. So the pickup works at all speeds and there's no dead spots there. So your live bait's going to stay nice and healthy for that long day's fishing and that journey out to the main fishing grounds. So here we have the main helm seat, and this is a brand new seat design for the latest edition models. Now it features this light grey and dark grey upholstery with the yellow piping, which is obviously a signature Yellowfin colour. And then on the back, we've got the Yellowfin emblem embossed and stitched into the seat. So custom designed for Yellowfin. It's very comfortable, looks great. So at the helm station here, if you take a look at the new helm design, there's quite a lot of new features on this, so I'd like to point a few of these out. So first of all, you've got these huge grab rails. So they're really strong, really sturdy. and that makes it just really easy to hold on as a passenger, for example, or if it's a bit choppy and you just need something to hold on in general. That's it's really cool, really strong. It's also just under 6 foot high here, so plenty of protection from the elements if you're out there in the morning and it's a bit chilly, or if it's just quite a windy day. It's really cool protection for whether when you're in a sitting position or whether you're standing and driving. If you were standing and driving, we've got the tilt helm installed as an option on this boat, and that just makes it so much more easy and functional when you're operating from that standing position. So quite a cool option. We've also got the Garmin VHF radio, sorry, the GME. We've got the Garmin electronics, so that's a 12-inch GPS map. We've got the zip wake control unit here for the trim tabs, and we've got your Sav winch switch there as well. Mercury gauges, wireless phone charger, which is a great option to have. And then on the top here, we've got another cup holder and then this nice recessed storage area for personal items. And then as you look down here, we've got this custom made switch panel. So these are all push button backlit switches with labels on them, so it's very easy to identify what each switch is for. And then down the bottom here, if you take a look at my feet, you can see there's a nice little wedge being installed with some U-deck, just to make it a bit more comfortable when you're sat in this chair. And then we have this fantastic shelf as well, because you can never have too much storage on a boat. I've just made that area a little bit more functional. Now, looking at the side of the console, you can see these latches. Now what these are because they're installed because you can actually fold the helm forwards. So if you've got limited space in your garage or your carport, for example, you can actually fold this whole helm station forward and save a bit on height. So quite a practical feature. If we head to the front of the console, what we can see here is a really cool storage pocket. Now, what we found and what we've observed from our customers, from people fishing and using these products in the real world, is you can never have too much storage, as I've mentioned, and you need that storage to be within arm's length, within arm's reach, so you can quickly access things you need, like your pliers or your lip grips or your sunglasses, etc. So this pocket serves that purpose. You can grab things quickly that you might need while you're fishing up on the casting deck. And we've finished it nicely with the Yellowfin logo and the U-deck again. So quite a cool functional feature and an upgrade from the previous console model. We'd like to talk next about the side decks. So we've got these really wide side decks, and they've been finished with the dark grey U-deck trim, which obviously ties in nicely with the floor and the black features like the steering wheel and the mudguards, etc. It's that grey on black, just a fantastic product. As you can see, the gunnels are really wide, so it's very comfortable just to be sitting here and holding on. I know some people even like to get up and cast from the gunnels in sort of calmer conditions, and there's obviously a lot of space to do that. Now, in here we've also installed the stainless steel cup holders and the exploding fish rod holders. These are an option, and they're becoming more and more popular because they can actually pivot and rotate to give you flexibility on how you set your spread up. So you can push that black button there, and then the rod holder will rotate. And again, just giving you more flexibility in how you fish. On the sides, let's say you did hook up to a nice big fish, we've got these side combing cushions. They just make your day a lot more comfortable. So if you're stood here for a long period of time, you're going to start to feel that aluminium gunnel pressing into your thighs or your knees. So that really just helps make your life much more enjoyable on the water. As we look down here, we've got the optional vertical rod racks. These are from First Light Fabrication. It's a great product and a new option for the Yellowfin models and the Yellowfin range. Now, we're going to take a look at this casting platform because this is a brand new feature and a significant change from the previous model. Now, first of all, what we've done is we've extended the casting platform further aft and made it full height where previously there was a step. We've got the second hatch up the front, which makes it really easy to access batteries and personal items. But the coolest thing about this whole new design is that it actually opens up all the way from the floor and makes things so much easier when it comes to loading in large eskies, coolers, swags, and just general personal items that you might take with you on the water. So as you can see, it's a huge space, huge area, really sort of easy to use. And then down the side, we can see these water systems, these channels. So any water that might come on from waves or rain or whatever it might be, just gets funneled straight into these channels, down onto the self-draining deck, and then that will ultimately make its way down through the scupper systems. So a really cool new feature from Yellowfin. Now, as we get up on the casting platform, the first thing you notice is there's just a huge amount of space. So if there's 2 or even 3 of you up here casting lures, there's plenty of room to do so. And again, these really nice wide gunnels just add to that extra fishing space. Lastly, up here we've got the optional electric trolling motor bracket, and it's a really popular feature on this kind of boat, especially if you're going to be doing lure fishing and slow trolling, etc. It's just a fantastic feature to have. And that's what we have for the latest YF-62 Rear Console. There's some awesome new standard features and design changes and lots of really cool options. And so if you'd like more information about these products, visit the website at yellowfinplateboats.com.au.